What's going on YouTube? So I decided to make this video about this engine that I just got. It's from blueprintengines.com. I'm sure some of you guys have heard of them. They're getting pretty popular, it seems. And yeah, a lot of the Ford and Chevy guys have been using their stuff, and I've heard pretty good reviews. Talked to a couple of the people that have bought these motors for Chevys and Fords, and no complaints, so that's pretty good. But I noticed that I haven't seen any reviews on the Chrysler stuff. I've seen the 408 small block stroker that Blueprint offers, and I've heard real good stuff about that. I think there's like 3 or 4 videos of the 408s running on YouTube, but I haven't heard any reviews. I haven't read any reviews or seen any videos of the 493 stroker big block, which is based on the factory 440 block, just bored and stroked out to a 493 or 500 inch if you want to get technical. So I guess I figured I'd show you guys. I can't really say a review or not because I just got this a few days ago, and obviously I haven't fired it up, but it came packaged pretty nice. Nothing's chipped or scratched or anything like that. Seems like it's pretty good quality. The block, you can tell, has been hot tanked and it's real nice and clean. There's no grease or any of that shit on it. It looks like everything's pretty good quality. It comes with the Edelbrock Performer RPM intake manifold, which obviously is a dual plane. It's good for street use. 800 CFM, I believe, on the carb. It doesn't say what it's Edelbrock, but it doesn't say what series it is. I think it's the Thunder series. I'm not too sure on that. Valve covers are pretty nice. Mopar Performance. Not sure who makes the distributor. It is a HEI style though. I just put the water pump housing on it and the water pump last night, and one of the bolts, this one right here stripped out because it's just cast aluminum. That stuff is soft as, you know, butter. But I fixed that, retapped it, and it's actually from Summit Racing, actual Summit Racing water pump housing. The pump itself is a Victor series. What else? Everything looks pretty good so far. You know, obviously once I fire it up, hopefully soon, then that'll let me know for sure, you know, if there's going to be an issue or not. But as far as the visual inspection goes, it seems pretty good. I don't really like the fact that their Blueprint's website, when you're looking at this engine, isn't real specific. It's not very detailed. It gives you like the cam specs, and as far as the heads go, it says that they're stock style window ports and all that stuff. You know, it's stock style, but it's aluminum. The material is aluminum. It's high performance. But it doesn't say who makes the heads. It doesn't say anything about that. I had to go around on the forums and look at a whole bunch of different threads, and evidently these are from 440 source. They're stealth heads, which according to people are pretty good actually. They're pretty close to the Edelbrock Performer RPM heads. Not quite as good, but some people say they're just as good. Some people say they're just a hair under what the Performers do. And I think, don't quote me, but I think you can take these stealth heads out to max wedge size. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that one, but yeah. It comes with a forged steel crankshaft, forged aluminum rods, which I don't think, if I remember correctly, it doesn't say that on Blueprint's website, but I scoured the internet and that's what people are saying they come with, is forged aluminum rods. The pistons are also forged. The whole bottom end is forged. As far as the piston material goes, I think that's also aluminum. Not too sure. 10 flat to 1 on the compression ratio. What else? What else can I say about this thing? I don't really know. There's not really much to say until we get this thing fired up. Hopefully I can do that fairly soon, but I've been busy here at my shop, so with customers' parts. It's going, in case you're curious, it's going to my 68 Cornet. That's it right there. Well, half of it. And I got the altercation front suspension on this from RMS. Manual, rack and pinion, not power. I wish I could go power, but all this stuff starts to get kind of pricey. It adds up real quick. I sandblasted the whole car and pour 15'd it myself. Primed it. I got the differential out in from a local guy out here in Southern California. Guy's kind of starting to disappoint me though. He's had the differential for about a month now, a little over a month, and he hasn't done shit to it. He says he's gonna finish cutting and narrowing it and welding it up by the end of this week, but we'll see what happens. He said that like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so we gotta cut and weld the rear because I'm running 31-inch tall Mickey Thompson street radial Sportsmans or whatever the hell they're called. 16 inches wide, and we're tubbing the rear, half of it right now anyway. It's pretty dark, you can't really see, but that's the gist of it. And I just got myself a welder too, so I want to start practicing on some sheet metal and some heavier gauge stuff, and maybe rig up a run stand for this thing and get it fired up. Hopefully soon. Like I said, I've just been busy as hell with customers' parts and stuff over here. Got to sandblast that whole thing right there. Old Chevy. That thing's kind of a mess, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll post this and see what you guys think. I'll try to answer any questions you guys got. But like I said, it's no way of knowing until this thing is fired up. Looks clean though. Everything looks really nice, and the description on their process at Blueprint, they hot tank the blocks, they line hone and square and parallel deck the block, all that stuff. And a bit of advice for Blueprint, they should tell you on the website right there that just little odds and ends. Like they should tell you, for example, that it comes with a Performer RPM intake manifold. That's something that people want to know. All it says on their website is aluminum intake manifold. The valve covers, it says it comes with painted valve covers. These are Mopar Performance valve covers. Not super expensive, but little odds and ends like that people appreciate. And that might, entice people more to pull the trigger on one of these. Same thing with the carburetor. It just says 800 CFM carburetor on Blueprint's website. Doesn't even say that it's Edelbrock, but you can see it right there for yourself. Just little odds and ends, But she's a beaut. We'll see what happens. All right, thanks for checking it out.